You're watching HubFuzz Live. I'm Nancy Red, and if you're trying to find an unusual way to improve your health, well, this segment is a shoe-in. Actually, it's a shoe-out, because we're talking with people who believe that going barefoot is not only good for feet, but also great for the soul. While society may not be ready to take down its no shoes, no service signs, my panel of guests certainly are and have been going barefoot for years, even if it has meant getting kicked out of the mall or possibly refused jobs because they won't wear shoes. Joining us to discuss life without shoes, we are going to go toe-to-toe with some barefoot advocates, starting with Alex Ramsey. He's a shoe-free marathon runner who doesn't mind road tar on his naked tootsies. Alex, I want to talk to you because one of the things that we make millions of dollars on in this country are the perfect running shoes, the perfect running socks, the perfect way to run marathons without causing blisters, getting a faster time. What's your secret to success when it comes to running marathons?
Yeah, really, I come from a background of shoe wearing. I would typically spend $300 on a pair of shoes in a given year. My favorite shoe was the Nike Pegasus. And it wasn't until 2010 when I really responded to the barefoot movement and the touch, the sensation of being barefoot that I said, hey, I want to give this a try. Now, being a 800 runner in college, I really had to shift gears and shift my mindset to longer distances. And one thing that I thought that would help with longevity would be transitioning to unshod movement. So one thing I found out immediately was that the 630 miles that I was accustomed to running in college were cut in half to about 14-minute miles. So I was dramatically slower. So I had to learn patience, and like in distance running, patience is a virtue. So I definitely embraced that aspect of barefoot running and was able to naturally shift into my own body mechanics in a very natural way. So it was actually pretty easy to run the first marathon without any type of hindrances. I definitely was very mindful, maybe more mindful than I ever had been in my life previous to becoming barefoot.
And you actually have a mission to run across America barefoot. Why do you think that's important?
For me personally, there's something intrinsic about the embrace and the touch of the ground. There's something that turns on within myself that helps me to inwardly take inventory of how I feel. And it's through that inward movement that I'm able to land lightly. Our ancestors have all embraced the ground way before our modern shoes, and I revert back to their wisdom and the wisdom of being in touch with the planet. And it's something that's really inspired me to really feel the whole nation from West Coast to East Coast. In this way, it feels the most natural, and I'm ready to take on that adventure in my life.
Well, here's the thing. Not everyone is as supportive. Even places that you might think would be a big fan of the barefoot movement. You were once kicked out of a grocery store recently, right?
Yeah, it was actually in 2013. It was a few days before the prolific Boston Marathon. And my mom and we were just picking up some supplies at a Whole Foods in downtown Boston, and I had my Luna sandals tucked into the back of my jean shorts, and I walked in barefoot, and it wasn't 5 minutes past the produce aisle that a sales representative came in and said, "Hey, you, put it back on your shoes or you got to come out." So, gladly I said, "Hey, I got to get my supplies," and I bit the bullet and I put on my Luna sandals and I continued to shop.
Dr. Howell, you're no stranger. So Alex, one of the things about your Facebook page right here, Barefoot Alex on Facebook, is you give tips for people who are beginning to run barefoot, who are just deciding, let me just slip off the shoes and see how it feels. What is your advice for individuals who want to follow in your footsteps?
Well, this goes back to some of the pioneers of the movement, Barefoot Ken Bob Saxon, Barefoot Ted, Jason Robillard, Michael and Jessica Sandler, Julian Romero. After researching, I found that taking it slow is the most important thing about making this transition. It's very easy to have the mindset of wearing shoes and going out and doing too much or running too fast. So I encourage all those new to the journey to take your time, really embrace this as something monumental. This is something to invest in. So if you're going out and you're starting this journey, maybe just take your shoes off and feel the ground. Feel how soft that grass is. Dig your toes into the trail and feel the dirt. Start feeling these things and start developing the muscle memory. So when you are, and your feet will tell you when you're ready to take that step towards running, your body's going to be ready. There's hundreds of tiny ligaments, tendons, and muscles in the feet and the lower leg and in the back that are all dormant when wearing shoes. So you're turning your body on in these different ways. So it's very important to take it very slow at first and enjoy yourself. Remember to breathe and relax into your form.
We appreciate you bearing it all for us today at HuffPost Live. Thank you so much for taking the time to join.
Thank you.
Make sure you stay here with HuffPost Live, where the conversation always continues.